What's a first world problem? That's a third world luxury. Having to Tetris the fridge because you ordered too much food and the fridge is full of leftovers. Not space to keep all the clothing. Edit. Sorry, I was wrong. The third world countries experience the same problems. When there are so many things to eat you can't decide what you want. Water gets too cold. Too much food. Garage too small for the amount of cars in the household. Slow internet. Here's one that blew my mind. Imperfect vegetables. Imagine a grocery discarding a pepper for having too many bumps or a banana for having too many brown spots. Meanwhile here I am with my crinkly green peppers and bananas that are 40% brown patch. But our avocados are like 0.20 cents US. 1-ply toilet paper. We've all had to use it at work or in some public washroom. That stuff's the worst. Running out of hard drive space on my Xbox. Charger not long enough to comfortably reach my phone while I lay in bed. When we have to buy generic food items because the name brand we prefer is sold out. Shoes with a small tear or smudge. Not enough room in the refrigerator. The grocery store doesn't carry my brand. My microwave burned my popcorn. The water pressure in the hotel sucks. I lost all of my money gambling in the casino because the strippers were distracting me. Jobs. Yeah. It sucks having to go into work every day. Living in an artificially economically depressed area that has been dicked over is even worse. I'm from South America and it's kinda odd to me how many of you got third world luxuries, significant other wrong. First off, not everyone in a third world country is poor. There is a middle class here as well. Whatever can be bought, there's people here that can buy it as well. The real, third world luxuries are more related to infrastructure, celerity of public works, jails and how dependent people are of government handouts. Why's this NSFW? When sport on TV is only playing on the regular channel and not the HD channel. You people have no idea what third world countries are actually like. I'll go with a simple one. Vaccines. Do you smoke weed? Why or why not? I used to. I stay away from it now because it began to make me more and more anxious and paranoid. I didn't like how loud my thoughts were and the things I was thinking about. I would get very existential and start overanalyzing every aspect of my life. Thinking about how I appear in other people's perspectives, whether or not my dreams were stupid and their realism. Not to mention it always turned me into a major cabbage. Being high in the wrong places alone led to some strange situations in my brain. I'm better off without. Not anymore. I got clean of meth and anything that even slightly chemically enhances my mood like a drug would send me spiraling down. I do not, it's legal in my state, but I work for a public utility and we operate under federal regulations, so if I ever got caught with a random screening then I'd be out of a job. All the bad things people in here say it does for them: anxiety, paranoia, loud thoughts, making them feel uncomfortable or uneasy. It does the opposite for me. Weed shuts my brain up and lets me sleep at night. It makes me less paranoid and anxious, less worried about everything all the time. No song stuck in my head. No getting angry for no reason, or for little reasons. No thinking my significant other is always trying to cheat on me. No overreactions or lack of reaction. It makes me normal, and it helps me get through the day. I mostly tend to vape it, though I also do edibles and smoke flower and tinctures, and pretty much every way you can consume it. Lol. The law requires me to say no. The law requires me to say no. I quit like 6 months ago. I felt like I had to deal with some stuff I was going through soberly. I was also having unpleasant side effects and wasn't getting as high and it was costing me money. I sure as hell used to, though. My problem was that when I was high, I would just veg out and be unproductive. It got to a point where I just didn't do anything. I just went home after work and smoked weed and sat there. One day I was smoking a cigarette on my sister's front porch, and my niece came out. She asked why I did that, while pointing to my cigarette, and I didn't have a good answer. Smoking never really made me feel calm or relaxed, it was more of a habit. I told her, well, I don't know, but if I don't have a good enough reason to explain it, I'm not going to do it anymore. And that was the last cigarette I had. Stopped smoking weed at the same time. I don't talk to that side of my family. But damn, I'm glad that 5-year-old asked me a simple question that day. I don't. It does me in a bad way. Kind of like how alcohol does others in a bad way. Brain chemistry is different each of us and we shouldn't judge or make biased laws. It's legal here and my apartment is within 2 minutes walking distance from 3 weed shops. Marijuana makes me feel good and helps with my anxiety. Thank God for stores where I can buy an ounce of weed legally and for like half of what I could get it for on the streets before it became legal in Canada. It helps me eat food. I could go what feels like days without eating sometimes. I just get nauseous and, as much as I love food, it's hard to get past without the weed. Rarely. My wife is a 12-stepper, so I don't get high around her. I do not. Never felt the need. I prefer to face the misery of reality with all of my faculties. I like my suffering raw. I stopped when my wife said she was pregnant. I knew I would tell my kids not to do drugs and didn't want to be a hypocrite. Now that they're out of the house, I've thought of starting again. Did for years, quit before our son was born about 5 years ago or so. We didn't have a lot of money at the time, let alone preparing to bring up a child, and we quit, wife and I. First 2 weeks was hard AF, but I don't really care anymore. Once or twice a year I'll take a hit or two and that's just fine. I didn't realize how mentally dependent I actually was smoking it until I quit. I drink a couple man cans now here and they're Natty Daddies, way cheaper. Anyway, if you smoke, all the power to ya. If not, or you quit, that's great too. Your life and your decisions. No. I quit everything. No. Asthma. Yes. Love it. Took it up at age 50. Cool. Yes, it increases my patience level and allows me to have a stress-free day. Hugging face, call me hand medium light skin tone running dash. No. Can't stand the smell. Have no interest in it. No, I drive a semi, so federal law prohibits me. I get random piss tests.